Yeah, or you actually did
I did bungee by myself.
a bungee jump. Sure, did you do tandem?
Tandem, yeah.
Tandem, yeah. Well, on your first free fall jump, you have two instructors that go with you. They're not tied to you like a tandem, but as you fall here, they fall either side of you, and you have to work off hand signals, and I guess if you forget to pull your cord, they'll do it, right? So we get on the plane, and what happens is, the engine starts, 30 other people there, and they look at us, and we're like fresh meat. Now, we're going down the runway, we take off, seatbelts on, and I look around, and all the other professional skydivers start looking over, and it's like, hey, excuse me, you're not actually jumping into that parachute. Well, yeah, why? Oh, no reason, yeah. Last guy jumped with that one bounced. Technical term, right? And they start playing with us. The guy sitting next to me, who's also his first jump, I look over, he's white as a sheet. He hasn't spoken since we got on the plane. In fact, I don't think he's breathing. Right? So we get up to 10,000 feet. Right? Now, so you can't even see the ground. And this red light comes on, everybody gets up and starts doing a kit check. And then after that, we get to 12,000 feet, the green light comes on, they open the door and this icy blast comes flying in the airplane, a real sort of wake-up call. And at that point, these 30 professional skydivers turn into professional lunatics, and they start high-fiving, backflip, somersault, out of the door, and they're gone. I mean, so now there's just me and this other guy left in the plane. And I have two instructors each. He's nearest the door, he goes first. He gets up, he shoulders up, he's still not breathing. He gets up, he shoulders over, and he holds onto the rails like that, onto the door handles. Takes a breath, he looks in, pulls his head back, like that. And I'm thinking, this guy's not going to go. Anyway, one of the instructors turns around, it's a legal question on your first jump in American skydiving, and says, are you ready to skydive? And you have to give up, a positive answer, thanks for insurance or whatever. So he's standing there, and this instructor says, are you ready to skydive? Nothing. I'm thinking, that's it, the guy, he's not going to go. Instructor this side, are you ready to skydive? Right? He's gripping it really tight, pulls his head out, pulls it in, closes his eyes, takes a deep breath, and jumps back inside the plane. Right? And I'm thinking, that's it, it's game over. One-way ticket, he's gone. Right? Anyway, they calm him down, they get him in state, they pull him back, try and give him a bit of a pep talk, and get him to the sort of level where he has a little more certainty. And says, right, this is it, John, last time. Here we go. Compose yourself. And he's like, right? Are you ready to skydive? Looks out, looks at one instructor, looks at the other one, takes a breath, goes, no! This instructor goes, what was that? Go, and throws him out. Right? True story. And they jump out after him. I'm sitting over here. And I'm like, I go to my instructor and say, did you see that? And this one's like, calm his eyes, says, yeah. I go, well, why did they do that? He says, oh, it's quite simple. If you don't jump, we don't get paid. And I'm sitting out, I don't know if you've ever had this experience, but I'm sitting in a perfectly good airplane that I've never jumped out of before. I've never flown a canopy. I've got 8 hours of brain fry. Right? And the only two people I'm left in the plane with at 14,000 feet have a financial incentive to throw me out. Right? And I'm like, this was always going to be a gong show. So anyway, I steps up, I walks to the plane, I walks to the door, I get composed, and the guy turns around and says, are you ready to skydive? I'm like it makes a freaking difference. Right? Anyway, so here we are, I'm at 14,000 feet. Okay, I can do this right. Okay, compose, this is it. Okay, just calm down, remember, everything's going to be great. Okay, so just look out. Whew, that's all the way down. One small step, one giant leap towards my death. No, wrong focus, come on. Okay, this is it, 1, 2. Are you ready to skydive? He's going to laugh. Okay, this time, ready, 1, 2, 3, go! Whew, okay. Let's do check. Okay, 10,000 feet, lock on. Okay, circle of awareness. Okay, practice ripple pull. 1. Okay, I'm good. Okay, breathe. Okay, instructor, arch more, okay, arching well, lock on, okay, 7,000 feet and falling. I say, okay, one more practice ripcord pull, okay, looking good, okay, relaxing more, okay, arch more, that's it, relax, okay, there you go, 5,000 feet, locking on, here we go, 4,500 feet, here we go, and pull, please open, and I went from 120 miles an hour to 15 miles an hour in 3 seconds. Now something else I learned that day, guys, you only get your straps wrong once. but I came in and my instructors carried on, they hit the ground before I did, they kept falling for a while, and then I've got a radio on so they can talk to me from the ground, so give me a left turn and give me a right turn. And I came in, I landed perfectly on the airstrip, except, you know, it was just a phenomenal experience. And I saw this other guy, the guy who they pushed out, and I think his name was John. He had this huge smile on his face. Now, I don't know if it's because he enjoyed skydiving, or he was just glad to be alive. But I never saw him again. But there was something really interesting happened the second that I stepped out of that plane. Standing in the plane, confusion, overwhelm, fear, anticipation, dread, negative self-talk, all of that stuff. The second I stepped out of that plane, gone. Fear disappeared. Overwhelm vanished. Sense of intrepidation, never time for that. Why? I'm in the moment. I'm actually doing it. And I had to do 16 things in order to sequence that jump to pass my level, which in the plane was so overwhelming and confusing, so I'm trying to remember what I've got to do to freaking stay alive as well. Second I stepped out of the plane, bang, everything changed. Now, I don't know how many planes you're currently standing in right now. Public speaking is an interesting plane. But here's what I'll give you from my experience and my heart. Whenever you get to go on stage, or just before, you get up and you go, and you've got that whole level of, even if it's down to the introduction or whether you're thinking about it in your mind 3 weeks before the event. Fear, overwhelm, am I good enough? Yeah, good opinion of other people. Do I remember everything? Am I going to get it right? What if they laugh at me? All of this bullshit that we put ourselves through. The second we step on stage and we let go of that, everything changes. And my invitation to you guys tonight is that the next time you get to step out of that airplane, the next time you get the opportunity to be able to get in an airplane, and you're circling up to 14,000 feet, or 200 people in the audience, or whatever it is, altitudes you guys are going to be climbing up to, remember, the second you step out of the plane, you become who you are, everything changes, you will have nothing to worry about in this business. Thank you.
Time for questions?